never slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no...
Of David Gonzalez picking up the slipstream of Brian Uriarte. Has to back out of it as Brian's the other guys into the slipstream very effectively. So it's Brian Uriarte who takes up the lead.
And I think it's him and Christian Daniel. Two riders have said keep an eye on. Well, we've kept an eye on them there as they've
sweeps into the left-hander. And as long as the guys behind are not silly, I'm sure from Veda Pratama.
So heavy on the brakes, and it's really steep downhill into turn 4 there. You can stumbled into the gravel. What a shame. They will be hopefully back out tomorrow, and
that Brian will catch Veda. Of course, there is the question of what gearing is.
See the rear wheel of Uriarte is just popping off the ground momentarily as they see the best of them there.
And springs are broken up a little bit at the front with they chosen. Has Veda chosen a gearing, perhaps the lower gearing that he doesn't?
Now come into the fastest sweeping section as Guillaume Plonk, first rider to have.
Uriarte just second. Oh, very slight because the slipstream clutch closes them right up again then, doesn't it? Veda Pratama need the slipstream.
Real with Marco Morelli's weekend just going from bad to a long lap penalty for exceeding track limits. He's in 20th spot at the moment. That'll move him down like
up the inside of Gonzalez and into 3rd place. Marco looking not serious.
Worse at the moment. I mean, he started from the back of the grid, but he's not made any inroads here at all. You know, multiple to last.
Right, and as you were talking about, you know, using up your tyres too much, looking up the inside of Brian Uriarte.
Martinez has crashed out as well. Race winner, podium finisher in Rookies Cup. He was on the rider sent to the back of the grid for the slow riding in clutch.
These Pirellis are really superb tyres. They do drop off. The performance does fade away slightly.
Oh, unfortunately, big shame.
Things reverse very quickly, don't they?
Qualifying, but he crossed the line in 25th position. Not ideal for him whatsoever.
But it's very, very predictable. So the guys can feel what's happening, and you go from, you know,
fastest rider of the race to the gravel. That's motorbike racing for you, isn't it? However, Christian Daniel Jr., who was started from the third.
Actually, doesn't give them any nasty surprises. It's Brian Uriarte that leads, but up the inside now, it's David.
They cross the line this time, so 7 laps to go, officially well beyond hard row from bottom. He's made a move up towards 16th along with Zen Mitar.
David Gonzalez there on the number 11 into 2nd place.
I think I saw Christian Daniel off race distance now. It's Uriarte.
And Benyat Fernandez, he's got up to 11th place. They're now into 10th place.
Pushing Marco Morelli rather wide there in towards the penultimate turn. And there we have the still in command, Peter. Where is Danish? It's
actually, and he came off the back of the grid, so it's only taken him a lap and a half to get all the way.
The weave-in riders trying to avoid the other riders catching too much of a slipstream. Morelli up the inside of Daniel, still been pushed back a little bit, back to 8th position there then. He's now behind way
up into the top 10,
so
and there is Veda still leading.
It can be done then, so a great start for those. Again, just slots it there, goes a little bit wide onto the green then, so he might himself have a track limits warning. Ramadeepa then in 7th as Morelli gets moved wide by Pratama.
Yeah, Pratama's
guys, but the others, they'll be hoping for a much better start tomorrow. Someone's down in the background, Peter, but they have officially been caught by the others. They've now got car pushing on their tail, car pushing, moving up the inside, potentially, certainly.
Yeah, he's got his serious face on now, hasn't he? You know, he's not mucking around anymore. He knows.
I couldn't see who it was, but it looks. Oh, it's Ramersdorf has gone down, unfortunately, tumbling down up timing screens. And Morelli, but also potentially Daniel as well. Not quite, as we see Morelli get pushed wide now.
But he's got to finish in front of Brian Uriarte if he's going to keep these cup hopes alive.
It really impacted Benyat Fernandez, and someone else has gone down too. There as by Benyat Fernandez moving up the inside. Danish side by side with Morelli. Well,
inside line.
Well, a few riders going wide there. I wonder what on earth has happened. It looks like it was Tinez, the Venezuelan, in the background too.
So Uriarte leads from Gonzalez.
Looking up the inside into turn 8. This is where we saw Benyat Fernandez and Christian Daniel go down. Elon tumbling down our timing screen as well as Benyat Fernandez. Oh, dearie me, what a big shame that.
There's a wonder now if Gonzalez has got with the fellow Spanish one, if the two Spanish can make.
Such an inviting corner. Such a weird line to go into. It's cambered as well, isn't it? And that was such a good charge through the field already, but we switch our attention back towards the front.
Take a break for it. They've got the slightest advantage over Veda Pratama in third place.
But they were very, very odd. Oh,
look
as
at that.
We see,
that's different.
Yeah,
and
you see different line choices. And wow, Morelli had to check. Ryan is catching Veda, and he's got David Gonzalez with him.
And just, I think,
half a second slower last time around than Karpushin, Peter. The Yugoslavian up there. He's lost a big place there to Mitani. That was a bit of an error, really, from Morelli, just going.
Veda was perhaps using a little bit too much road coming out. He couldn't quite get on the gas as hard as he wanted to.
Rider, Kyrgyzstani rider, sorry.
Yeah, look at this stuff, side by side.
That far inside, he really didn't anticipate the other riders just completely chopping the front end of his bike. There's Ramersdorfer who went down, as well as Benyat Fernandez, Tinez as well.
And hard on the brakes, the back end of the KTM hopping around there as no, that's right, and Gonzalez picked up the inside line on Pratama there as well to take.
I believe unless he's just gone really, really wide, caught up in some kind of chaos, but our timing screen.
Brian turns it into the first right-hander, and Ega second place.
Gonzalez just going a bit. It's confirmed it is Ramersdorfer and Benyat Fernandez who have both crashed out.
And you saw Stinelli has got a long lap penalty.
Yeah, that'll be a track limits thing as well. And it wide, and there Pratama doesn't need a second invitation, does he?
Yeah.
Instant between.
The number 11 of David Gonzalez make the pass on Brian Uriarte. The previous lap we've been on board.
Probably BP, surely it'll be the final corner where there isn't really a lip. It'll be the first.
With Brian looking back at David Gonzalez, and he couldn't do it. Well, he made it work this time.
And Christian to be reviewed after the race, so clearly a bit of a collision going down in the gravel there. As well. That'll be where these riders are getting caught out.
Right, so if they slow each other down, then Veda is going to disappear. But the number 11 of David Gonzalez looking so. Yeah, and I think it'll be interesting to see now. I wonder whether Gonzalez, Pratama, and by side then on the brakes. This is where Brian was so late yesterday and won the race, but super determined in second and is right on the tail of Veda Pratama now. Uriarte can break away here. These guys have got the pace. They qualified 1-2. This time it's Gonzalez who gets underneath him to take the lead.
David Gonzalez, 11th in the standings, is the number 11 coming into this race. He's at
3, and it'd be interesting if Mitani, Morbidelli and Co can go with them. Keep off the green. Oh, they're all using every bit of road but staying away.